here today with allies to call on the Illinois Commerce Commission to lower the proposed record people's gas rate hike after reining in and scaling pipe prices. With me today is Scarr from the Citizens Utility Board at CUB, the Honorable City Treasurer, Conyears-Ervin, and Rosazlia, Grillier, a community leader from West Englewood, one of the communities struggling with the high bills for people's gas. I'll be introducing each speaker, and afterwards we'll be happy to take any questions. So with that, I'm going to invite up Moskowitz, the Deputy Director of the Citizens Utility.
Good morning. My name is Sarah Moskowitz, and I am Deputy Director of the Citizens Utility Board, or CUB. I'm here today to announce that CUB's legal team has filed expert testimony showing clear evidence that Peoples Gas's record rate hike request should be cut by at least $63 million. We plan to combine our findings with the findings and testimony from the Illinois Attorney General's office to argue that Peoples Gas is pushing to overcharge Chicagoans by at least $112 million. Peoples Gas has raked in 6 straight years of record profits while their customers have suffered record rate hikes. CUB's filing says to Peoples Gas, enough is enough. Our testimony proves that the Peoples Gas rate hike is unjust and unreasonable, and we urge the Illinois Commerce Commission to slash it and hold the utility accountable. CUB's testimony exposes Peoples Gas profit motive. The utility wants to sock us with a record rate hike so it can secure an excessive profit rate and continue its run of record earnings. But we, the consumers, cannot afford this. A significant number of Peoples Gas customers are already in crisis, and now the utility wants to make it even worse by raising our bills by an average of $11.83 a month, or over $140 a month. That's why CUB partnered with the City of Chicago and People for Community Recovery to commit to expert testimony for the current rate case. Here are some of the problems we uncovered with the utility's request. Peoples Gas is asking for an excessive profit rate of nearly 10%, which is higher than the national average for publicly regulated utilities. CUB, on the other hand, argues for a more reasonable 9.5%. That would reduce the hike by $14 million. CUB also argued that customers shouldn't cover bonuses for Peoples Gas executives for reaching financial goals that only benefit shareholders. That recommendation cuts the rate hike by another $9 million. There are several other financial adjustments that add up to $63 million total. These include issues related to cash working capital and capital structure, and recognizing that ratepayers, not shareholders, have funded employee pensions over the years. Add to that the several accounting and engineering issues uncovered by the Illinois Attorney General's office, and together, consumer advocates are hoping to cut the rate hike by at least $112 million. Our lawyers are working overtime in this unprecedented year of utility rate hike requests. Chicagoans can join the fight by visiting CUBHelpCenter.com to sign a petition to state regulators to oppose the Peoples Gas rate hike. We hope our testimony serves as further proof that the status quo is unsustainable. As climate change worsens and our bills get higher, we can't afford to continue propping up Peoples Gas and its outdated, expensive fossil fuel system. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, CUB, for your good work on the rate case. We should turn for a minute. We'll resume in just a minute.
You okay?
Yes.
Thanks for your patience. Thank you again to Sarah for their good work in the rate case. Now it's my great honor and privilege to introduce the City Treasurer of Chicago, Melissa.
Good morning, everyone. I am Melissa Conyears-Ervin, Chicago City Treasurer. And as you know, as the Chicago Treasurer, I am the Chief Banker, the investor, and custodian of public bonds for the City of Chicago. And within the Treasurer's Office, we also provide financial education and literacy program for residents and small business owners to sharpen money management skills and encourage economic opportunities that build wealth for strong and stable communities. I'm also strongly committed to tackling the racial disparities that have existed for far too long in Black and brown communities of Chicago and across the state. Now, upon taking office as City Treasurer, we created an innovative broker-dealer scorecard measuring diversity, equity, and inclusion of firms doing business with the city. And to further promote social responsible investing, I champion a city council ordinance mandating divestment of city funds from fossil fuel holdings, which is why this issue today is so personally important to me. Not to mention that I was born in Englewood, raised in Austin, purchased my first home in North London, and now my husband and I are raising our 7-year-old daughter in Garfield Park. All 4 communities that I mentioned is on this chart to the right. As Sarah pointed out, not only is People's Gas requesting a record high rate hike, at the same time that they are raking in record profits, but take a look, a real close look, at who will bear this burden. The working people of Chicago, people of color, who struggle already to make ends meet and can barely keep up with the rising costs, let alone pay for another utility rate hike. For example, according to the zip code data, People's Gas submitted, now this is what People's Gas has submitted to the Illinois Commerce Commission. In Englewood, nearly 49% of customers are behind on their bills. And the average debt per customer is more than $1,100. To some people, that sounds like $1 million. And as a result, more than 1 in 10 of those households will be receiving a disconnect notice from the company. On the west side in Garfield Park, where I live, more than 41% of customers are currently in debt to the tune of nearly $900. Now, these are my neighbors. These are communities that I was raised in, and they cannot afford their current bills, let alone another rate hike. So in simple terms, it is unjust, it is unreasonable. So I am calling on the ICC to cut the record rate hike and protect Chicago residents. But more importantly, I am asking People's Gas to put people over profits. Thank you.
Thank you, Treasurer. And finally, we'll hear from Rosazlia Grillier, who is Co-President Emeritus of POWER-PAC Illinois and resident of West Englewood.
Thank you. My name is Rosazlia Grillier, and I am a resident of Englewood, which is the south side of Chicago. It is very difficult each month for families because they are forced to make decisions about essential life services. And they either have to sacrifice medicine, food, which bills to pay, and sometimes even rent, as a result of the constantly escalating cost of utilities. It's not human. I chose to wear these clear beads today because it's clear. We've heard the data, even the numbers in Englewood that were just lifted to you are true. It is no longer okay for communities to bear the burden or the brunt of society's missteps. And so at this point, I chose to wear this black and white because it's already been printed black and white. We don't need another story. We don't need another situation to be proven. And I love the news, but we don't even need another report. What we need now is for everyone to return to human and do whatever it is that you can do. And so today, I want to reiterate that even the laws of economics say that you can't continue to take without reinvestment. So this is an opportunity, and I am beseeching everyone, whether it's mayors, governors, senators, house reps, businessmen, policy system makers, public at large, whoever you are, do the most. And do the most means do whatever you can do to change this situation. Let's stop putting greed over need. It is our responsibility to each other, whether black or white, green, blue, purple. And this is not just a Chicago problem, I would say before I turn the mic over to Eddie. This is an all of us problem. I hear these stories as we work across the state, across the country. People are saying these same things. It's time for us to not only listen, but do something. So what you gonna do?
Thank you, Ms. Rose. So in conclusion, for years, misguided state law has allowed people's gas to raise our bills monthly through a surcharge. It's roughly $15 per month right now. That's led to the affordability crisis you've heard about today and the 6 consecutive years of record profits for People's Gas and its out-of-state corporate area. That law also shielded People's Gas and its daily pipe replacement program from meaningful oversight and accountability. This mismanaged, unaffordable, failing pipe replacement program is the key driver of the current record rate hike, and without reform, it will lead to significant future rate hikes. So that law is expiring this year, and that means that this is the accountability moment. Now is the time for act. We call the Illinois Commerce Commission to cut the record People's Gas rate hike and reform the failing pipe replacement program. And with that, we'll be happy to take any questions.
Are you able to do anything about the surcharge?
So the surcharge is set to expire at the end of this year. And People's Gas announced at the beginning of the year that they weren't going to try to extend it. Instead, they were going to file this record rate. So we're glad to see that. That's good, and that's also what creates this opportunity now for the commission to act when the past years they pointed to that law. Now they
And what is the track record that CUB and the other advocacy organizations have had in getting the ICC to back away from proposals like that?
So since CUB's formation, we have saved Illinoisans over $1 billion. A lot of that has been through the rate case process at the Illinois Commerce Commission. And some of the accounting points that we're making in our testimony that was filed in May, we've had good luck in the past getting the commission to agree with us. But of course, it's never a given that things are going to go our way. So we want to make sure that all the decision makers involved know that the public is watching and that we need real change.
I know CUB has a position. Does anyone else have a position on the comment rate case as well?
Yeah, we're intervening the rate case, and I believe Kofi is it. So there's, yes, we're working in that vein as well.
Yeah, how recent is the data on this chart? Do you expect it to shift at all during the months?
So that's data as of April 2023, and we'll see. Typically, with the summer months, the level of debt does go down as people use less gas and the bills go down. But even in the summer months, we see continued problems if it continues like it has in the past years. Okay, I think we're done. If anybody wants to talk to us one-on-one, we have to talk. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.